It is here, everyone. Although there were a couple of leaked images in the past few weeks, last Sunday Specialized debuted the brand new Specialized Tarmac SL8 at the UCI Men's World Championships and officially released it straight after. The hype is huge and it is pretty much already sold out. The previous and still available SL7 was already a huge success and a great bike. So how did they manage to make it even better? What are the new features and how do they compare? Well, let's find out. While there were rumors that Specialized would go back to having a dedicated climbing bike and a separate aero bike, the SL8 was again released as their do-it-all bike. In terms of aerodynamics, according to Specialized, the SL8 saves 16.6 seconds over a 40-kilometer course, which is pretty huge. This is due to three main aerodynamic improvements. Most noticeable, the elongated cone-shaped head tube that Specialized calls the speed sniffer, which through CFD and their own wind tunnel testing, Specialized found to be crucial in reducing drag caused by laminar airflow, even though it added on 25 grams. Then to further complement the head tube and aerodynamics in the front end, besides the optimized fork, Specialized included the new one-piece handlebar stem Roval Rapid handlebar, which apparently saves up to 4 watts and is 50 grams lighter than the SL7 two-piece setup. The cables are also run much cleaner through one single hole. But be aware that this setup is only available on the S-Works model. To conclude the aerodynamic improvements, Specialized then focused on the seat post and seat tube, where they found the airflow to be more turbulent due to leg disturbance and the benefit of a deep seat post negligible. The SL8 seat tube has the same width as the Venge's seat post, meaning that the SL8 seat post is the narrowest seat post Specialized has ever made, which not only makes it much more aerodynamic but also lighter than that of the SL7. Specialized also states that the seat post is 6% more compliant than the SL7s, but has identical lateral stiffness, which all in all slightly improves the ride quality. Not only is the SL8 more aerodynamic than the Venge, but it is also a lot lighter than the SL7 and is currently the lightest bike on the World Tour, with the frame in size 56 coming in at 685 grams, making it 85 grams lighter than the Lab 71 Cannondale Super 6 Evo, 50 grams lighter than the new Factor O2 VAM, and 115 grams lighter than the SL7. They have done this by slimming down the tube shapes in the chain and seat stays, as well as on the down tube as seen on the Ethos, areas where aerodynamics doesn't really matter. This weight reduction is also due to the thinner FAC12R carbon layering used throughout the frame, which is the highest grade of carbon fiber used in the S-Works models, which also contributes towards the increased stiffness to weight ratio of 33% over the SL7. Complete with a Dura-Ace setup, the bike comes in at 6.8 kilograms in size 56. Besides the aerodynamic and weight differences, Specialized upped the tire clearance on the SL8 to 32 mm, which is 2 mm wider than the SL7 and will slightly improve ride comfort and versatility. Price-wise, surprisingly identical to the SL7, the SL8 ranges from 6,500 euros for an expert model, built up with a SRAM rival and Roval carbon wheel set, all the way up to 14,000 euros for the all-out S-Works bike with either SRAM Red or Shimano Dura-Ace. If you ask me, I would definitely go with the Dura-Ace or wait a little, as SRAM is also expected to release a new version of their SRAM Red in the near future. Regarding colorways, Specialized has held it pretty clean for the release, and so far we mainly have mono-color paint jobs, but Specialized will for sure release more crazy colorful paint jobs in the future. Other than that, the geometry is pretty much identical to the SL7, so nothing special there. So to sum it all up, the SL8 is more aero, a lot stiffer and lighter, which is amidst all the excitement, nothing groundbreaking if you think about it. A SL7 or SL6 with disc brakes will give you almost the exact same riding experience, so if you own one of these models already, we can definitely assure you that the Tarmac is still completely fine and we would not recommend any upgrade. However, if you don't own one, then get the SL8 as they cost the same. But keep your eyes open on the older models too, as they will become more cheaper now that the SL8 is released. Plus, if you get them pre-owned like you can on Bicycle, you'll save double. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any further questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And until next time, peace.